Cool. Welcome to the AK Roundtable. It is February 19th, 2025. You know how we do it every week from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A few housekeeping items to get this roundtable kicked off. Down at the very bottom, you have a chat window. Feel free to chat with the whole group in there, or you can actually select an individual that you want to chat with directly. Don't be afraid. Don't be a stranger. The only silly question is the one unasked. And then there's, of course, your reaction. You'll see it says react. Raise your hand if you see react on your screen down at the bottom. You'll probably see it looks like a heart shape or something. You can raise your hand or do whatever you want to do. Billy's sending some hearts. That's cool. Nice. Robert, thanks for the raised hand. That's perfect. That's great. And then, of course, if you look at the corner of my screen, do you see on my profile video image, do you see how it says Asphalt Kingdom that's there? Raise your hand if you see Asphalt Kingdom. All right, cool. I'm going to the three dots in the top right corner of my screen, and I'm going to click rename, and I'm renaming myself, which I suggest that you guys do as well if it's anything other than your name, and then follow it by your email address. Raise your hand if you've seen my email address go on my screen right now. Okay, the reason why we do that is because the AK Roundtable network is growing rapidly. It's getting stronger and stronger. There are jobs that are getting shared. We're interacting and engaging. And so you definitely want to leverage the community that's been built by all of you guys, all of us. This is a community. It's not just myself and, of course, my wonderful co-host, Mr. Matthias Rossen. What's up? It's not just us here and the AK team. It's all of you guys, right? We're all here as a big community, a big family to help everyone win. That's our goal. So remember, don't be afraid to bring things up that might be challenging, painful, filled with adversity. This place is designed to help you blast through those brick walls that you're building momentum on, those rails in that locomotive that you're building. So please do not hesitate to bring things up that might be challenging for you. Mr. Rob McKenzie, I have missed you. I see you on. What's up, brother? What's going on, hey, Mr. Rob McKenzie?
Good, man. How are you? It's been a while.
Man. Way too long.
Way too long. I know. Yeah. What are we talking about tonight?
We're gonna have a party tonight. There's no doubt. We're already 7:04 p.m. So we've got to make the most out of this time. I think that what we should do for sure is let's get some wins going. If you guys are good, make sure to change your name to remember, name followed by email address. It's not designed so we can spam you guys. It's designed for the network. Regardless, we already have your email, so don't worry about that. It's more about the network and building it. Zach Smith, well done. Chad Keeping, well done. Chris, you've got it up. Nice job. You can click those three dots in the top right. You can see Matt Phillips put his phone number in there. He's over in Utah. He's built a nice $1 million business over in Utah. He was out filling potholes last week, literally making money while he was on the roundtable. So guys, the network's strong. Go ahead and fix your name up, followed by your email address, or drop it in the chat. But yeah, let's get this thing started, man. Who here has some wins? I know, Billy, you've already got your hand up. You know how we roll. We create kind of that magnetic success, right? Success attracts success. Billy, what's going on, man? Come and click that mute button, Billy. Did you have your hand up?
Yeah, I'm actually doing a proposal right now using AK Dash and Attentive AI to do my it's more than assessment. So during the initial icebreaker meeting, the this property manager that manages multiple like hospitals and locations, I built up enough rapport and just being honest of who I am and what I feel comfortable doing at this time, and I'm landing around 10,000 linear feet of striping, and that's going to include about 25 ADAs, probably about 5,000 linear feet of cross hatching and other striping, curb striping. So it's a nice little project, and I'm going to use a performance partner because I'm not comfortable doing this project that large seal coating, but the striping I can handle. So I'm using a local partner of the AK community that's going to help me with this. Which this is almost a closed done deal because I think I've built value And so when they see the number, the proposal, it's not going to be a surprise. They see my work, and you know, hitting those multiple touch points. I haven't hit 13 yet, or 14, but I'm already, you know, before they get the proposal, I'll have about eight touch points.
You know, Billy, I watch you come on the round table and you know, having communication with you and just seeing you at Payvex and just the way that you have FTDP'd. Anybody raise your hand if you know what FTDP stands for, right? Follow the dang process, man. And like Billy is that guy. I just want to give a huge round of applause to Billy for working the process and now building that momentum in his pipeline. Like that is exactly what this is all about, man. And so Billy, the closer framework, making sure you're creating emotionally compelling proposals and assessments that actually speak to the person that's reading it. Those kind of things are super important as part of that process. And then the follow-up that you're talking about. Congratulations on your success, brother.
I thank you, but I can't take the credit. It's due to everyone here when we meet up weekly, just the knowledge that I get. And sometimes guys and gals that hit me up offline, and we feed each other knowledge. And I'll be honest, I'm like, the moment that I needed to land jobs, like it was crunch time, like, you know, it I had to make it happen. I had to close. Like within this week, I needed to make some big deals. And it just happened, whether that be, you know, spiritual, you know, it could be good luck. It could be, you know, good hard work. But I do want to thank the team here and for the continued encouragement and enrichment that I get.
Yep. Listen, man, we're grateful to have you a part of the community. Thank you for all that you do. And I love your background too. Thank you for that, man. I'll appreciate the shout outs. Cool. Let's crush it, man. 2025 is a beautiful year for all of us. It's really comes down to, you know, I think a lot of us end up starting businesses and we end up really being money hungry out of the gate. And it may be the wrong thing to stay focused on is that top dollar. I'm hungry for money. I'm hungry for money. You need to become a master of your craft and follow the process that's already been proven to be able to create that inevitable success. I'm not saying not to be hungry. I'm saying being hungry, but also become the master of your craft, right? So that's something. I actually put a video out today on that. And so that's on our YouTube channel. If you guys are wanting to see it, it's there as a short. But yeah, Billy, awesome, man. Chad, what's going on? I know that you're under like 93 feet of snow up north there.
Yeah, it's brutal. About 2 weeks ago, I met up with a guy that owns a construction company, and he's got he has a driveway and a concrete sidewalk that the customers want done, right? They want concrete walkway and then a brand new driveway. So he calls me up out of the blue and he goes, do you do anything like that? And I said, sure, we do everything. So I said to him, I said, explain to me what you need done or send it text, whatever, via text, whatever. I'll go take a look. I'll do the measurements. So I go look, do the measurements up. I have no idea about paving, so here I am. I call Rob McKenzie, my coach. Rob, help me out. How do I do this? So he gave me a ballpark. And I ended up coming up with a quote. So I haven't heard nothing back yet. And he said, that's a good thing. If I don't hear nothing right away, that's a good thing. So I might have got it. It's a couple grand. It's about 10, worked out to be about $10,000 to $12,000.
Nice, Rob. Yeah, I've got you spotlighted right here with Chad Keeping, but like you guys have a really cool journey together. I know that, you know, like Rob, you've invested a lot of time into helping Chad get going, and Chad, you've invested a lot of time into getting going as well. And you've followed the dang process and you've really powered through tough times as well as celebrated great times. And this is like 2025 is your year. And by the way, I love that goatee, man. That is awesome. It looks awesome on you. It's great. And great hat too. But Rob, why don't you chime in, man, a little bit about the coaching journey that you've worked with Chad on to get him to where he is now.
Yeah, from the time that I started with Chad to today, I mean, he's come so far from, you know, the knowledge base that he has the professionalism that he's using with his clients. It was, I guess, a little bit, I hate to say it, Chad, a little bit rough at the beginning there, right? And you're kind of, working on customers and trying to, really drag people into it. And I think you've come along so far. And now, we talk, I don't know, we talk every 2-3 weeks, I guess, and we've been doing some deals together now. So, from the coaching aspect, it's worked out fantastic for both of us. He's gained an incredible amount of knowledge from our coaching program at AK, and now he's doing it himself. But at the same time, he's still in that growth phase. So he's calling on me to partner on some of the projects with him. And that's the beauty of coaching, is that, if you're close by, it's not going to do it if you're thousands of miles away, of course. But when you have your clients that are close by to you, you want to help them grow, and just the natural tendency to partner with them. It just makes sense. So, Chad and his wife too. I mean, Tracy has really contributed a lot to it, and continues to want to learn as part of the business. And she's getting a little bit more comfortable with a lot of the commercial side, where she really just wanted to stick to the residential part of it. Because, I mean, for all of us, I think when we first start out, residential seems comfortable. And this idea of commercial work is kind of it's a scary thing. But really, after you've done a few deals and you get to realize that the people that are running your commercial businesses are no different than the residents that you're doing their driveways. So, that's a little bit of a plug for everybody, just to remember that if anybody's on here that is starting out and you're new and you're kind of in that situation, just go for it. I mean, the people are the same. And I know I was stuck on it at the same time too when I first started, and it's a little bit of a scary thing making that jump, but it's a lot smaller than we really think. It's not a big jump at all, right? And the money is what you're going to make in terms of volume and money, it's a lot better. So no, but yeah, just to reiterate, Judd, he's come so far, and he's fantastic, and he's had a business before, so he has, he does have that element of entrepreneurship in his mindset. So that's helped a lot. It just had to kind of draw it out of him a little bit. And yeah, Chad, you've been doing fantastic, and I'm so happy to be a friend with you and see how far, you've come. And if you want to learn about Chad's story, he's got a YouTube video that you did on I think you did with Judd.
Yeah.
And it's really worth listening to, because this man's come so far in his life, the challenges that he's faced, and man, you got to hand it to him.
I dropped by the way, the chatter freestyle jam together. I dropped that link in the chat here on Zoom. If anyone wants to see it, feel free to click on it, bookmark it, or copy and paste it. But it was a fantastic jam. I really enjoyed that with you, Chad.
Yeah, no, that was great. Yeah.
Proud of you, bro.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I didn't know if I could do it, but I did it.
You did
I
awesome.
knew you wanted to hear the whole story, so.
It took a little while. It took a little while to get it opened up, but once you opened up, and here's the thing, man, we're all human, and we all go through challenges and hardship in our life, and the incredible thing is that we're here in the pavement industry together, in an industry that's beautiful. And I can tell you guys, like, raise your hand if you think that asphalt is going away. Raise your hand if you think that asphalt is going to be just kind of fading away. Actually, that was kind of a twisted question, because it is going to fade over time. It's going to get access, but is asphalt going to be replaced by AI? No. Right? Asphalt's here for good. It's good here for good, and I think that that's really the thing that we need to remember, is that we're in such a powerful industry that over the last 25 years, actually more than that now, but I'm getting a little older up here now, right? So when I first started, when I was like 17 years old, I mean, the reality of it is we've thrived from that point forward, and asphalt the knowledge around maintenance and repairs is just becoming even more in the forefront. So when you hear of facility managers and property owners that are really thinking about keeping pavement, Billy Ammons, keeping pavement, what? You want to keep pavement?
Long lasting, safer, and aesthetically pleasing.
Boom, right? Make sure you build that into all your marketing, into all your sales lingo. But guys, it's not going away. It's not going away. So congratulations to all of you for being here, because this industry is awesome. It's awesome. For those of you that went to Pavex, you saw amazing time. For those of you that are going to World of Asphalt, you'll have a great time there as well. That's in St. Louis, Missouri. So just a heads up in case you wanted to look up World of Asphalt. There's a lot of paving stuff that's going on there. You'll still see asphalt maintenance as well, but just know that you're going to be surrounded by a bunch of people in this unstoppable industry. It's pretty awesome. Build the horsepower. Matt Phillips, you've got a win. Let's go.
Hey, I'm in Salt Lake City right now at our UAPA, which is the Utah Asphalt Paving Expo. So a couple weeks ago, some of you were online, saw that I was at PaveX. So on these slow times, I mean, it's kind of threatening snow outside here now, and it's been kind of raining where I'm at. So when the work isn't being performed, build your business, work on your business, learn, just bring in knowledge. And so one of the nuggets that I found here, now I've been coming to this expo, this is probably my 6th year, maybe 7th year, but a year ago or 2 years ago, I was part with a group that said, hey, can the UAPA put together some sort of information about pavement preservation? And lo and behold, this booklet, oh, let me see here. I've got, how am I going to unblur my screen here so you can see this? So anyway, hopefully that comes through a little bit better. But so now there's a booklet here that they've put out, and it has really just detailed information. So I show this because, Judd opens up, is gracious enough to open up the vault when he does and give people opportunity for getting that information. But stuff like this, if you go to your local, cities and state organizations, they'll have information. Now, this isn't going to be my Bible, but I'm going to go through here and find key takeaways that when I'm out selling, I'll refer back to this and say the Utah Asphalt Association, this is why, or this is what. And so it helps with sales and closing and just setting yourself apart from others. So the win that I'm bringing out today is just the opportunity to improve your business. And just like you said about that dollar amount, it's good to focus on that, but focus on the longevity and the life of your business. So it's going to be there in 10 years or 15 years and have some equity and some value that you can sell when you retire. As Judd, you alluded to, getting older, unfortunately, I haven't found that formula to stop time from moving. So, yeah, as you get older, you have to have an exit plan, and that's part of my exit plan. So that's what I wanted to put out as a win.
That's such good advice. I know people are shouting out right now, but that's such great advice, man. Master your craft. The more, isn't it a beautiful thing when you're able to actually raise your hand if you've ever memorized something, right? Well, in order to memorize something, you have to learn, you have to go through a experience where you're reading and adapting and learning something that's getting ingrained into you. And if you can create an emotionally compelling connection with it, then you end up in a spot where you can memorize something really quickly, but you're also able to practice that memorization, and you're able to put emotion into it so that things start rolling off your tongue and you become a master of your craft, right? And so when you truly understand the depth of this industry, the depth of the business, and you read the press releases, you read the blogs, you go through the resources, you watch the videos, and you really arm yourself up to the point that you become the best of the best. You operate as a premier pavement management solutions business or a pavement asset management business. When you do that, it's hard not to be successful. Like, really, because the majority of people in our industry, straight up, don't answer their telephone. Does everyone understand what I'm saying right now? Like, it is our responsibility as our business owners to give our businesses the attention that they deserve. I want you to think of your business as a crying baby that needs attention. It needs to be fed. It needs to be loved. It needs that. And a lot of us don't take the time to do that. And so hopefully tonight, with just a little bit of influence, you guys can write that down and take that away as a golden nugget. I must love and feed the baby, your business. It deserves it. It's your creation. Mr. Winley, what is going on, my brother? It is good to see you. It's been a minute. And I know you got Sarah on as well, I believe. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wow, man. It's been a while. It's been a while. I miss a lot of you guys. Billy, Skyler, I hear you, a while back we was always on here together. Judd, Matt, just people that I've been over the last couple of years been listening to. John, on here, and Coach Rob and some of the others, and just want to share with y'all a couple of my wins real quick. I'll make it short and sweet. So a lot of the stuff I've learned on here, it was a lot. Couldn't learn it all in 1 week or 1 day. But this community right here, the round table, going to the meetings, going to some of the seminars, doing the AK coaching program, that stuff built in me a foundation to where I could start doing the little things, going out, building the relationships, finding partners out there to do the work, go work with them for free to learn how to do it. Then start getting paid to do it. Then start learning how to talk asphalt, learn how to talk to the people, learn how to be out there and work it. Listen, this thing's taking off on me so much right now. It's just the weather holding me up right now. And plus the fact that when I first started, I had 3 jobs. Well, thank God I just got laid off from my last job tonight at UPS. So I'm back. I'm going to be back on the round tables from now on. You know what I mean? This thing is going full blast. And one of the main things I wanted to say thank you for, and also was Sarah. I've been looking for someone to help me with what I was coached on about how to understand the systems and processes. The business side of this, I don't understand it all. The cold calling and all that, I've been trying to do it. I've learned it. Phantom busters, I've been trying to support my family in 3 jobs and make it through this time. But I have a great opportunity right here, Sarah. She's got all kinds of professional experience. And I spoke with her last week. She's a friend of my wife's, and she's down in Florida. And I've sent her 1 and 2 of our last coaching thing, Judd, that you put on for us. And man, she ate it up. She's like, send me more. Send me more. I'm not overwhelmed. I love that I can do this stuff. And man, I'm just so excited. So I wanted to invite, I said, you know what? I'm just going to, like Judd said, he got keys to the kingdom. Well, I'm going to give her my keys to the kingdom. And I'm going to bring her on right here because I want her to learn from the best. She asked me a great word the other day. How do I learn the verbiage? What can I do to learn what y'all talking about and what this means? I said, well, I'm going to invite you on to here and you'll learn exactly what I'm learning and how we do this so we can collaborate. I've talked to Mackie with, if you ain't got AK, King Boss, if you ain't got the platform and the CRM, you're falling behind because now me and Sarah are going to be able to collaborate on a lot of stuff and push that stuff. A lot of that stuff on there I don't understand, but I'm learning it and it's starting to work. Just seeing putting in the work and what I've been taught here and the coaching and the tribe, the people. Y'all just want to help us. So there in turn, we're supposed to help others. So I'm just excited about all that. And I just want to share a little bit of that. I'll be sharing a lot more in the future. I just didn't want to take up too much time. Love y'all. It's great to be back.
We love you too, brother. Sarah, welcome, and please feel free to come in on the round table at any time. And I'm happy to hop on a call with you and Mike as well, and whatever we can do to help you guys and just absolutely crush it. We're here for you through this journey.
Sure,
So,
thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. Cool. Let's keep rocking. Thank you, Michael Winley. We appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you, man. It's so much easier to achieve more when we're all here together, right? 100%. Let's go. Let's go. All right, cool. Zach Smith, what is happening? What can we do to serve you? What would you like to share? Let's do this thing, man.
I landed my 2 biggest jobs to date this month. They won't be performed this month, but I have landed them, locked them in. So I'm excited about that.
How
I'm
is
I'm
that?
trying.
How is that for you, Zach? Tell us about it.
Oh man, it's awesome. I'm excited. One of them was a church that I originally reached out to in May of 23, and I reached out at the time just for line striping because I didn't offer seal coating. And now on the back end, I just locked 2 days ago. He signed the contract for seal coating, striping, crack fill, pothole repair, all the whole 9 yards. So,
So,
and
Zach, I have a question for you.
yeah,
So you mean it works?
it does work.
Told you.
2 years. Took 2 years.
Dude, and how big is the project, if you don't mind me asking?
It is. Shoot, can't remember what the total square footage on that is. It's big.
Is it a 20K plus deal or?
Oh yeah, it's like it's every bit of 80,000 square foot.
Beautiful.
Probably closer to 120.
Let me ask you, do you think that when you're doing that job that it would be smart maybe to get somebody to come by that might be a videographer to be able to shoot content on that job and fly a drone and collect that content so that you have some more social proof to be able to go out and provide assessments for similar sized lots and start to really ramp up your pipeline with those higher level opportunities to get you to where you want to go faster?
Absolutely.
Do it, brother. Do
Now
it.
I just gotta get the 750 ordered.
Right? Let's get it.
That's the plan. That's the plan this year. I want to do it. I want to make sure that's one thing I want to accomplish this year is getting one of those, and I want to make sure I can't get told no.
What is your biggest challenge that you have right now going into, into this 2025 season and really just absolutely crushing it? What do you think is the number one thing that would be holding you back from making this a banner year? Anything?
At this particular point in time, I would just say it's been a little slow. So I would say just the jobs to come in a little quicker or be able to perform them a little quicker.
Are you feeling like you have enough of a prospect list with the right prospect targets that fit the targets to get you to your financial destination? Do you feel like you have that prospect list in place?
I'm getting there.
Do you need help with that?
Not at this particular point in time, I wouldn't think.
Okay. Because if you wanted to speak about that, you're on AK Dash, correct?
No, not anymore.
We should try and figure out how to talk about getting that done and getting some help on the prospect leading edge of that, where our team can actually do that as part of the program for you. We should talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, Malone, if you can take that down as a note, I'd really like to meet with Zach to see how we can, what's your revenue goal that you're looking to hit this year?
1 mil.
1 million. Okay. Will you give me an opportunity to work with you to set up the financial roadmap that you need to execute on to really achieve that, and then to lay out what those conversion rates would look like in each stage of your pipeline and so on? Would you let me do that with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to do it as a test case, and let's build another success story to hit that target. you're on your way already. I know you're going to do it, but like, I'd love the opportunity to spend a little time with you, brother.
Yeah, I'd love it too. Yeah, I've landed 2 lots so far that size, and I think I've bid probably 6 total. I feel real good about one more for sure. So I think I'm just gonna keep them pumping in. That's the plan.
So 1,000,000 with about 50%. You want to walk away about 400 grand this year, 450.
Yes, that'd be amazing.
Let's go. Let's do it, man. I'll tell you what, I'm going to throw something at the board here. If we set up the financial roadmap and you achieve it, Scholar's going to love this, by the way. Scholar, are you still on here right now?
I'm here, bro.
Okay. I'm about to do something with Zach like I did with Bryson. You ready for this?
You're
All right, Zach.
gonna have a drive at your spot.
Yeah, right. We're gonna end up with another Caribbean Roundup event. Zach, if you hit $1 million in revenue, I'm gonna fly you to Anguilla. You're gonna get a 1-week vacation. You get to drive the Jeep around. You're gonna get kite surfing lessons. That's on me, brother. That $1 million revenue needs to be hit, but we need to be transparent with each other, super, super honest with integrity to achieve that. I'd love to get you down as a celebratory cherry on top if you hit your goal.
That'd be amazing. Yeah.
So let's
Skylar actually had looked at this parking lot with me before.
I think I actually remember that one now that
Yeah.
you're saying that. Yeah, that's awesome, bro. Full circle. See what happens.
Yeah, man.
Let me ask you, Zach, did you learn from coaching?
So I never signed up for a program or anything. At the time, I actually found Skylar on Facebook through one of the groups and just DM'd him. Had no idea he was part of Asphalt Kingdom. I'd seen some of y'all stuff too. And the way he was posting, it just drew me in. And I was like, man, I need to reach out to this guy. I could learn something from him. And we set up a Zoom call and he talked to me. And then anytime I had any questions or something, he'd hop on, call me or text me.
That was
And
my
yeah,
question. Did you learn something in those conversations from that?
Oh,
coaching?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty cool industry that we're in, man, when you have people that go out of their way to actually pay that forward. Scholar, I remember the conversation. You called me afterwards speaking about it, about a big job that there was an opportunity in Texas, right?
Yep.
Yeah. We're here for you, dude. We want you to achieve every dream, every goal that you have, as well as everybody else that's on this roundtable.
I think if one thing too to add is just like we want to help people that want to help themselves too, right? You know what I mean? Like you see the ambition, you see someone that's actually doing it, that's putting in the work, that's saying, hey, I have some stuff coming in, I just need some help. You know, those phone calls seem significantly easier to pick up than the people that just kind of live in their own drama and chaos and they think the world's melting down and they're just like, oh, I need help. And I'm like, you literally haven't even Googled a solution yet and you're calling me, right? Like I have other things to do. But you know, again, Zach, right? Like I think the reason Judd has put some of that stuff out there and the reason he said that he believes, you know, what's going to happen is because from day one, right? We've seen you put in the work, we've seen you do some stuff. And again, relational capital, right? You know, it's you see the opportunities of people that are hungry and want to do things, you know, and again, my time seems to open up and I try and help when I can when I see people like that. So
Thank you.
thank you, brother. Keep crushing.
Let's go. Scholar, what's going on? Where are you now?
I'm in the parking lot.
I figured you were either on the side of the road in a snowstorm or in a parking lot. Cool.
In a parking lot right now.
Let me ask you right now, for like everyone that's on here, right? You got a lot of people that are just starting out with their business first time, and then you've got other people that have started their business for a year, and then there's other people who are growing and scaling past 2-3 years. And what would be your advice like right now at this point in, you know, it's February 19th, 2025. There's a lot of snow up north right now, and it's cold, and a lot of people are kind of in a hibernating state. I'll wait for the sunshine and butterflies and cupcakes to start moving around. What would be your advice to everyone right now?
Build your business. Like we literally had this conversation this morning of we were doing a, you know, I don't want to say a simple task. It's a complex project. And I had some ideas and some things, and we kind of went back and forth, and they were like, you're adding a whole nother level of complexity. And I said, see, you're right. I am adding a whole nother level of complexity. But once we complete this task, right? Once we complete this thing, we never have to do this again. It becomes a turnkey system. Like your daughter that is 10 and your kids could come in here and literally do this task if we take the time now. So build your business, don't waste the time. A lot of people, again, right? I think the contractors that win are the ones that are selling and getting jobs right now because they're taking people's lunch. I can tell you the other contractors that win are spending the time doing the boring stuff that nobody likes to do, that builds the business right now. Because again, you know, efficiencies, scalability, you know, some of those things over and over and over again. And for us, right, you know, now we look at things a little bit differently, about like, you know, 20 minutes every morning with 15 guys is a lot of money at the end of the year. It's a lot of money. So, you know, that's really a lot of, we look at a lot of those type of things. But yeah, and find the key people. That's my only other thing. Build your business in the off time, sell in the off time, and find the right people.
It's interesting. We get a lot. I've got Malone on here right now because I often ask Malone as you're going through training sessions and showing under the hood of AK Dash and these things. And I'm going to do a plug right now, but I also want to just be really clear. It's like one of the biggest objections that we end up with as to why somebody doesn't move forward with AK Dash. Listen to this. Well, because it's not sunny outside yet and hot. And I'm like, oh, like now is the time to be developing the systems and the processes and learning the machine like a fine-tooth comb and really become a master of your assessments, a master of your proposals, and understanding how to actually leverage the machine that's going to help you push that momentum and wave towards your revenue roadmap destination. And so when I ask you that and you say, well, they're going to wait till spring to get started, I'm like, is it a cash flow issue for them? Because we can always solve cash flow issues. That's super easy. With Dash, we'll a lot of the time figure out how to make it work. You know what I mean? So that you guys have what you need. If it's cash flow, genuinely cash flow, as long as we're being honest with each other, if it's cash flow, we'll work with you. If it's not cash flow and you're giving an excuse that we're going to wait until April or May till the butterflies and cupcakes start floating around, I'm telling you right now that you're making a mistake for your business. 100%.
Transparently, right? Like last 6 weeks, like honestly, I am not pulling anybody's leg. I have done more work in the past 6 weeks, right? Like it is now like sun up to sundown. It is the evenings. It is weekends right now. It is the township meetings in the evening. It's the real estate meetings in the evenings right now, right? Like I have put in more work off of just exactly that, right? The heavy lifts that we have going, some of them in financials, some of them in operations, some of them in you know, efficiency. But right now,
training, sales.
yeah, SOP creation, right? Like we are literally busier, right? I haven't been this busy in a while. And again, it's off season.
It's go time. And you know what, when we say it's February 19th, by the way, everyone, like legitimately, when we think there is snow on the ground, it is cold and all that stuff, I always say this, the dam is about to break. Like it's about to break. It's already here. Like in my head, we're already in season in my head.
Judd, also, I need to apologize in front of everybody. I missed your deadline by one day. You gave me the 18th. I got it up on the 19th.
All right. I'm working right now. Skylar and I are working together on getting his whole setter team in place to be able to book pavement assessment appointments for Pro Seal and making sure that we build the machine that's needed so that they have more leads than they know what to do with, like nice sales qualified leads. So that's what we're working on. It's okay. It's okay. One day is fine. One day is fine.
Yeah. I wanted to admit that I'm not perfect.
It's good. Accountability is great. Mr. Rob McKenzie, what's up, man? Come on.
You know, I'll put another plug in for AK Dash for everybody. So last year we had our roundup up here in Dundas, right? And you guys stayed at the Marriott Hotel over there on just by my place. And so I walked up and I talked to the girl at the counter, got GM's number, talked to him, had a huge paving job that we proposed last year, right? Out Mississauga, Toronto way. And so anyways, we didn't end up getting it. But my point is, about a month ago, I got an email, and because AK Dash is cloud-based, you know exactly when somebody is looking at your proposals, right? So I looked at the proposal. So I waited 2 days, and then I called him. I say, hey, Brian, you know, you got your lot over there that you're looking to maybe have sealed. I know you're talking about last year. He goes, well, your timing is impeccable. You know, and if it wasn't for that being a cloud-based program and knowing exactly who's looking at it when, it might have slipped by me, right? So it's perfectly built in for me. And so now we're in the midst of a $50,000 project. So, and it's February, right? So there you go. That's my plug for AK. And that's just one little example of how beneficial it is.
Thanks, Rob. Malone, come off mute there, because this is important, right? Like, every morning we meet, every single morning with the AK Dash team, genuinely. We meet, and the intention in every one of our meetings is to make sure that we are able to serve people what it is that they need in order to build success in their future. And so when we think about AK Dash team, I'm telling you right now, it used to be in our heads years ago, Paveman Pro, that then got rebranded as AK Dash. It used to be a CRM. And that's not what it is anymore. It's literally become a business solution. You have the communities, you have the AI call answering services, you've got the assessment module, the subcontractor portal, the customer portal. We have the AI integration that's coming from Attentive down the line. We just secured that exclusive channel and outlet for our platform with Attentive. Like, literally, we've gone end to end in providing that business solution, because I remember what it was like to not have it. Like, genuinely, I remember what it was like to operate from many moons ago, man, when it was like, it was papers on a clipboard and then in a box or a Excel sheet. And it's like, it goes so far, but I just want you to remember that when somebody's looking at your systems from the outside, when you have a high level person looking at your systems in the business that you've built, that could be a potential buyer for your business. Are they going to want to see something that's chicken scratch and unorganized, or are they going to want to see something that's systemized, that you've nailed the processes, the SOPs, that you've got the machine that allows you to drive the results that you need to build enterprise value? And I know for a fact, because I buy things in real estate, I buy businesses, when I'm looking at businesses, when we get valuations of our business, there's certain things that are looked at to determine the value of it. And it's really important that you guys don't just build something that's transactional, where your value is more on the liquidated value of the assets in your business versus the actual enterprise value, the baby that you've fed, the baby that you've loved, the baby that's matured and grown up into being an angel. Like, that's what you want to be working on. Malone, if you had one wish for everyone here and everyone watching and the industry as a whole, what would be your one wish, honestly, relating to AK Dash and their business? Honestly. You got to come up with a really good answer on this one, Malone.
I would say, yeah, be open-minded and don't have paralysis of analysis with these kinds of things. Because, yeah, there are plenty of options, but if you get caught in the mix of trying to find the perfect solution, you're going to end up never picking one. And then I think Matt Phillips is a good example. You know, he ended up having to go all of last year without a system because he was caught in the paralysis of analysis. And now he hopped on later in 2024 and he has nothing but good things to say about it. So, I mean, be open-minded and looking at least one of them, but make sure that you do make a decision and don't push it off, because, you know, perfectionist mindset, the back end of that, the double-edged sword of that is not moving forward at all. And that's something that you don't want to push off.
Good answer, dude. It's true. It's true. I've watched people
Just to-
actually. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, just to build some urgency too, right? Just to move it up from not the exit of the business, you're probably gonna need help somewhere along the line. And I'm telling you, those are the type of things that actually allow people to help you as well, right? Like, I know sometimes being like, oh, the sale of my business sounds so far-fetched when we're just getting started or we're only 2 years in. And it's like, some people have this idea of, I don't want to sell. And granted, we can talk about built to sell regardless, but just to move it up, when you actually need help and you hire real consultants and you hire real people that can really change your business, right? These are some of the key things they're looking at. They literally cannot help you if you do not have the data somewhere. Like, again, it is significantly easier to have the data somewhere and just have to find it than it is to not have it at all. Like, because they cannot help you. And sometimes when that fire is burning, like, you need the clarity of the data to out in the fire and stop the burning of the fire. But if you don't have it, it's going to be really, really rough road, right? So I just wanted to throw that in there because, again, right, like, a lot of what we're doing right now is just straight optimization and building and, some of that type of stuff, organization and everything, right? Like, and if you don't have the data somewhere, you can't get the help. Whether it's a coach here, whether it's an accounting team, whether it's, any of these things. Like, so that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, there's my unmute. So there's also Mr. Filippelli. Can you hear us on here? What's happening?
Yeah, I got you, man.
You're in the dark.
I was getting something out of my truck.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Need it. You know how I am. I only got one phone charger, so I had to come get my truck phone charger to charge my phone in the house.
Systems and processes, we speak about it weekly on the roundtable. We speak about the importance of that and trying to stay as organized as we can with our business. Can you speak a little bit about that and how you've been able to achieve that with your business to maybe inspire some other people on here just starting out and or scaling their business right now?
Yeah, I think that's a solution that changes along the way. As far as you need a lot of information and you need to track a lot of information in order to make educated decisions, right? But I think there's also a point to where you can get too far into the numbers too early. I think you need all the numbers to make decisions, but you don't need certain metrics if you're doing less than $200,000 a year. And so you need metrics in order to grow, but you need business before the metrics do you any good to actually be able to track them. So I think having the metrics is important, and I made the mistake of waiting too long to try to start tracking them. And when we got to the point that we were ready to scale, right, we did not have the information of lead sources and where leads were coming from. So we were throwing money at marketing, trying to get to that next level, but we had not tracked the information to that point to know, okay, we're spending $1,000 on radio and $1,000 on TV and $1,000 on Facebook ads, but which one of them are we actually getting the highest conversion rate dollar of advertising to dollar of revenue? So having a system that can track all those, and there's, when he was talking, Dylan was talking about software, Judd was talking about software. There's 1,000 softwares out there. They're all gonna do different things, right? And he's 100% right. I've been down the rabbit hole. You can chase around and look for different softwares literally for weeks upon weeks upon weeks upon weeks. And at some point, you just have to make a decision on what's going to work best for you. I think if you're in the situation that you're here and you're trying to find a software, I think AK Dash is probably your best place to go, not only because it has all the tools you need, but you have somebody here that runs the software that's willing to help you out, right? So if he's going to sit here and provide free information to you week after week to help you scale, not only is it the right thing to do business with the people that are trying to help you grow and scale, but you also have a resource that you're familiar with that that can help you use that software to the best of its ability. So, I think anyone would also look at software and go, hey, if you can put out a proposal that's going to make you look better than the guy that's writing his price on the sticky note, and you can do it for as little as $50 a month. If you can't come up with $50 a month for software, then you might as well just quit. You have to find a way to do it. And I think that's just the answer. Like, everyone on here that says I don't have $50 a month, let me see your personal financials, because I guarantee I can find somewhere in there energy drinks, coffee, something you're buying you can go out with or go without to afford that $50.
It's a really, thank you for that. It's a really good point. And a lot of the time, I think that what happens with software or SaaS is that people end up just being really scared of the unknown of it and not having the proper training. Raise your hand if you've ever like gone to a shopping site or you've gone to a place where you've downloaded something. Honestly, raise your hand if you've gone there and they didn't have a phone number to be able to provide you a service. Raise your hand if you've ever experienced that. Right? You ever buy something and you're like, man, I can't even believe I bought that. I can't even get a hold of the company. And then you email and then you don't hear from them for weeks. Like, maybe you don't hear from them at all. And like, that's not the environment that we want to serve you guys with. We want you guys to have the service and support that you need as a partner in your business to be able to truly have partners rather than feel this vendor to client relationship. It's truly what we're trying to build in this community and the culture of our organization. It's what our core values are set out to be.
Yeah, but
go ahead, Chris.
No, what the one thing I was going to say, and that's the reason I was touching on the software. Like, it's one of those things, like, no matter what you do, you don't have a choice but to have it. Like, long term, you cannot scale and be successful without it. And I get so tired of hearing the whole, well, I don't have $50. Because I'm going to be quite frank, it's bullshit. You're just making up excuse after excuse after excuse, and it's 100% BS. Because out of everybody I have had a conversation with that has said I can't afford the $50 a month, every single one of them I've seen on every call drinking a coffee, or on every call drinking an energy drink, or they tell me in the the expo hall they can't afford it, then they walk outside and they're smoking a cigarette. Like, they all do these things that I see that they don't have to survive, but they don't have the one thing that would allow them to be successful to buy as many of those things that they have today as they want. Right? Like, so give up the energy drink every day that you're spending $3 a day, so $90 a month on. Get the software for 6 months, and then you can go back to buy as many energy drinks as you want when you start making money.
Couldn't agree more, man. I remember when AK was operating off of a system that was literally a Google Doc. It wasn't even a Google Doc. It was a Word doc. And then I remember going to Volusion, a platform that Amy, who is our CEO, who's worked with us now for 16 years, just celebrated her 16th business anniversary with AK. We've been in business 22 years. And I remember going to Volusion and I was scared shitless, man. I was like, oh my goodness, we've got to adopt this system where I've got to actually plug information into the different fields, and I've got to now hold myself accountable because I now have external sources that are seeing what it is that I'm doing. It's not just me hiding my stuff in my own little world. I now actually have a machine that's getting built, and it was scary. And then I remember being in Volusion, and this is going back 10 years ago, or no, almost 14 years ago. And then Amy looks at me and she's like, we got to switch to HubSpot. And I'm like, whoa, hold on. All of our information's in Volusion. I've adopted it. I love it. It's working great. And she's like, yeah, but there's a better thing out there. And I'm like, here we go into HubSpot. We spend $40,000 a year on SaaS, right? On just the software. I mean, that's where you guys get our emails from. It's where we communicate. It's Matthias and Dylan and our team all operates from there. So you guys, please adopt a system, whatever it may be. I don't care. I hope it's AK Dash. If it's not, adopt something else. Let's go around the board with some questions. I know there's been a lot of conversation, enterprise value, organization, great looking proposals, making sure that we, of course, are taking the time to love our business and make sure the baby's not crying. Any questions? Don't be afraid. Come on out.
Hey, Judd.
James. Sorry. Who's calling out?
It was me, Chris.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I just had something I got thinking about that I think would be a really interesting, like, little task to actually try. So obviously everyone in here at some point has had somebody call back on, a proposal you've done 7-8 months ago, right? And either A, they want to move forward, they want you to update the price, they want you to do something, right? If somebody calls me and says, hey, it's Judd Burdon, you guys quoted this parking lot 6 months ago, like I'm already typing in your name into the system as you're saying that, right? To pull up what you're talking about. And they say, hey, is this price still good or something like that? I would love to see how quick I'm able to pull the proposal up, have it in front of me, and look at it while I'm talking to them versus somebody that's trying to go through their Word doc files or in their files on the computer to find the proposal, because they're going to be sitting there going, oh, hold on just a second. Let me go over to the filing cabinet and see if I can find this, this proposal for you real quick. Like, it's just one of those examples. It will be really interesting to see like what the time difference is for you to be able to get a response to those people, because have information that's organized in front of you.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Like we can pull up contacts in different stages in the pipeline. We can pull up contacts that have assessments versus proposals. We, just by simply searching, it's very, very fast, and systems are crucial. There's no doubt. Everyone needs them, regardless of what they choose. There's a lot out there. Mr. Richens, what is going on, man? I want to give a huge shout out to you, brother. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to earn your business, and welcome to Asphalt Kingdom, brother. We're here for the long haul, and wish you all the success.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I got a couple things. First, huge shout out to Matt Phillips. I spent like a solid hour on the phone with him last week, and having owned a business before, I used to do concrete coatings. And when I went into that industry, I didn't have a damn clue what I was doing. So seeing this group and the value that that is here as a whole, and not only from the group but also from Asphalt Kingdom. I mean, I've been researching this for over a year now, and finally getting to the point where I'm getting ready to pull the trigger, and I'm so excited because there's so many, like, if people will get on and look through what's available as far as the templates, the SOPs, all of that, and actually utilize it, like there's so much work that's already done for you. It's actually it's crazy. Like I was kind of sketched out in the beginning because I was like, man, there's no way this isn't some pyramid scheme BS franchise type thing, because there's just way too much available here. That's obviously not the case, but so yeah, I'm stoked on that. And then it's on the subject of essentially spending some money to make money. When I was doing concrete coatings, same thing, ran through CRMs like toilet paper. Most of them suck. To find one industry specific is a big deal. And as far as all the ones that I used, looking through AK Dash, it is solid. On that same subject, you guys that have the businesses that will actually support the work, have anybody seen any advantage in working with an industry specific marketing company? I know they're super hit and miss, but I ended up finding a good one when I was doing concrete coatings that was specific to that industry, and it paid for itself tenfold over and over again. So curious if anybody had any experience with those.
We should ask the audience about that, but just a heads up, inside with our AK team, we actually do marketing for companies. So we actually have solutions, social media management and prospecting, and we help with a lot of those pieces already. We build websites. We do that with our internal team.
Perfect. Love to hear it.
So we know the language quite well. And of course, on my side, I'm really, really, really passionate about helping people achieve success. So when we go to do something, we think lifetime value, not just transactional. We want to build a relationship for life. I'm sure you saw the YouTube videos. I mean, our clients become our friends. They become our family. It's the way we roll. Yeah. So we've got your back, man. We'll help you.
Sweet.
Yeah, but let's open up the board because I just totally dropped our name on there. Feedback, anyone? Come on, don't be afraid. Billy, did you want to say something or is it another topic?
Yeah, no, well, this is piggybacking off, I think Chris, I forgot who was talking about it, but when you go to store a client's number when they reach out to you, you know, we always store their name so we don't forget, right? So it's, you know, you can have that professional courtesy when you answer the phone, you say, sir, ma'am, like Mr. So-and-so, you know his name, you give them the warm and fuzzies, but you can put under the phone details, company info, email, go ahead and drop if you have a CRM like AK Dash or another one, you can, with the AK Dash, you can copy and paste that link proposal, put it in the phone details. So when they pull up and you're talking to them on the phone, you can just go to his profile and have the link saved. It kind of saves you some time, and you could, like I said, it's about being efficient. A lot of us scholars, like probably in his truck in the parking lot, he might not be at his computer. So having something that he can easily get the answers to the customer as fast as possible so they can make a decision.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Billy. Toby, you've got your hand up. And Jace, by the way, I know that your question that you just asked there, I kind of jumped in on that, so I'm feeling a little guilty in doing that. But just know that, like, if you want to reach out to anyone on here, you know, there's email addresses and all of that as well. If you take a screenshot, I'm sure you've heard some people speak with a lot of experience, and just whatever we can do to serve you. There are a lot of different companies. I'll even recommend other companies other than us, you know, if it fits your needs better. So my mission again is to help you achieve success, whatever you choose. Toby, let's rock and roll.
Well, so to that point, I just talked with Billy last night. Thanks, Billy, for talking with me. Really enjoyed that. I guess the couple of things I wanted to say would, we're still talking about it sort of, but as far as enterprise value and thinking in terms of selling your business, it's funny that we're talking about this because my current business, you know, when I picked it up, everything was on, when I bought it, everything was on legal pads, and like just and I don't mean like 2 legal pads, I mean like 5 or 6 legal pads. So to consolidate all that, but you know, ultimately got a little more organization, and you know, I got my financial statements together, and just I know I have a better idea now, a much better idea now of what it's worth. And it's funny, today I got an email from a broker representing somebody who's interested in buying my business. And if I had no clue about my financials and about having any kind of intellectual property, then, you know, best case, I would get pennies on the dollar for my business if I decide to sell it. You know, not to mention the fact that I'd be a little embarrassed talking to somebody who's takes an interest in buying a business that I'm operating right now. So there's a lot of value in that, I guess. I'm not really saying anything new, but I just want to throw my experience out there, and it's just like fresh, because I mean, I just responded to the email right before I joined the meeting. So there's a lot of value in that. Whatever it is, organization, whether it's CRM or your books or whatever it is, like, you just can't operate. You could try. I've tried. You could try to operate the business without all that stuff, but it's really just night and day between doing it and not doing it. So whatever that's worth, that's a real life experience that's like hours old, so whatever that's worth.
HubSpot, this is just our sales cockpit. I want you to think of a 747 jumbo jet. I'm able to see every single one of our team members in the way that they're performing in their sales cockpit individually. Then I'm able to look at our AK Dash team and look at them individually. Then I'm able to go into HubSpot to look at pipelines and task environments and automation and profiling and qualifying and listen to call recordings and all of that stuff. And I'm not saying this all to say that you need all of this right now. What I'm saying is that after 22 years of developing a multiple 8-figure company, we need these kind of dashboards. We need to be able to operate in a system that has been developed to allow us to optimize the business to perform at its best possible level. And if the business performs at its absolute best possible level, guess what happens? We get to serve all of you better. And that's why we're here on the roundtable. It's why we're able to do the things that we do. And it's why we're able to put the free resources out. It's why we're able to develop AK Dash and to be able to serve you guys. It's why we do what we do. So for your guys' business right now, building the machine is the most crucial part. The machine business is the most crucial part. Don't be building the hand crank, hand squeak wheel, because I'll tell you what will happen. You'll go into a repetitive cycle year over year where you're capping out. You'll go through your cash flow. You'll make your money. You'll go through your cash flow. You'll make your money. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? The roller coaster effect? Have you guys seen that before? We got to build a machine that's strong and steady and growing in enterprise value as we're developing. Anyway, I just wanted to show that to you guys because we don't just preach it, we practice it. And so tonight, I hope you guys are able to leave with some of the golden nuggets that we've dropped. You can apply them to your business, apply them to your personal life, whatever it is. But raise your hand if you've got value out of tonight at the roundtable, honestly. Cool. All right, we're gonna rock and roll. We're gonna close out meeting here. We're gonna just do one thing, please. One very thing. Tonight, look in the mirror and be proud of putting in the time here because you showed up tonight. Be proud of it. Pour into yourself, pour into your business. It deserves it. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Looking forward to seeing you guys all next week. Same time, same place, right here on the AK Roundtable. Mr. Matthias, thank you for the co-host. See you.